Bored, bored, bored. Sammy Squirrel was bored, bored, bored. "Mom," he said, "I'm bored. There's nothing to do." "How about all those gadgets you collect?" said Mom. "Broken toys, radios, cell phones. You love to tinker around with them." "But I don't feel like it today," said Sammy. "Maybe Sophie can think up a fun thing for me to do." Sammy knocked on Sophie's door. There was no answer. "Sophie's gone to the library," said Mom. "She's returning all those books she checked out last week, and she'll probably bring 100 more back to read." "At least she's not bored," said Sammy. "Well, you don't have to be bored either," said Mom. "Why don't you see if Pokey can play?" So off Sammy went to Pokey's house. Pokey was lying in his hammock. "Hiya, Pokey, what you doing?" "What does it look like?" said Pokey. "I'm lying in my hammock." "I'm bored," said Sammy. "Can you think of something fun for me to do?" "Sure," said Pokey. "Try laying in my hammock." "Ugh," said Sammy. "That sounds even more boring." "I don't think it is," said Pokey. "But if you do, why don't you see what Lily's doing?" So off Sammy went to Lily's house. Lily was in her playroom, painting a picture. "Hi, Lily," said Sammy. "I'm bored. Can you think of something fun for me to do?" "You bet," said Lily. "You can help me paint, Dottie Doll, and then we can make frames out of red paper, or maybe you could paint my tail." "Ugh," said Sammy. "I don't feel like painting. Can't you think of something else that's fun to do?" "Nope," said Lily. "I like painting. Why don't you see what Goob's up to?" So off Sammy went to Goob's house. Goob had his magnifying glass out and was looking at something in the grass. "Hey, Goob," said Sammy. "What you doing?" "Ants," said Goob. "I'm looking at ants." Goob pulled Sammy down next to him. He shoved the magnifying glass into his paws. "Lean down and you'll see hundreds of them. They're so cool." "Yikes," he said. "I don't want to look at ants. They're creepy. Can't you think of something else that's fun for me to do?" "Can't," said Goop. "I'm into ants right now. Why don't you see what Jumper's up to?" So off Sammy went to Jumper's house. Jumper was shooting baskets in the driveway. He dribbled the ball over to Sammy. "Want to get in the game?" he asked. "No," said Sammy. "I don't feel like playing basketball. Can't you think of something fun for me to do?" "Watch this," said Jumper. "I'm the rabbit." He jumped up and stuffed the ball into the basket. Slam dunk! Sammy sighed. Nobody seemed to have any fun ideas. Maybe he could play with Tag-Along Allie. So off he went to her house. Allie's granny was painting the front porch. "Hi, Granny," said Sammy. "Where's Tag-Along Allie?" "She's in bed with a sore throat," said Granny. "Bummer," said Sammy. He paused. "I'm bored. Do you want to play?" Allie's granny laughed. "Can't, Sammy Squirrel. I'm busy." "But no one will help me have fun," complained Sammy. "I'm so bored." "Well, isn't that your fault?" asked Annie's granny. "You're in charge of having fun, not somebody else." "What do you mean?" asked Sammy. "I mean, you can't make your own fun. You can make your own fun. You don't need others to make it happen. Just look around and think about it. You'll find something fun to do." Sammy looked around. He saw clouds. He saw trees. He saw 3 garbage cans lined up against the house. One had an old radio on top with wires sticking out in all directions. Suddenly, Sammy's brain lit up like a flashlight. "Do you want that old radio anymore?" he asked Allie's granny. "No," she said. "It's broken. That's why I threw it away." "Can I have it?" asked Sammy. "I love radios." "Why, sure," said Allie's granny. Sammy picked up the radio, carried it home, and sat it down on the floor of his room. Then he got started. It took him a few hours to get the radio to work again, but by lunchtime it was fixed. He tied some ribbons around it and pasted stars all over it. Then he carried the radio back to Tagalong Allie's house. "What do we have here?" asked Allie's granny. "A get-well present for Allie," said Sammy. "I fixed it so she can listen to the radio while she's getting over her sore throat. I'm not bored anymore. I finally figured out how to make my own fun." "Great," said Allie's granny. "Let's go inside and show Allie." Allie saw the radio. She broke into a big smile as wide as a slice of cantaloupe. "I want the ribbons," she said.